Howdy, lieutenants and economists.
The most volatile, evil, disgusting things on the planet, humans. If you have a video request, you can always go to assholeconsulting.com.
Yeah, I am gonna charge you, kids. And that is the importance of not fucking up.
You are such an asshole!
This is an interesting one, and if we have any immigration lawyers, that would be helpful. You know, I'm just one brain here, but if there's someone in the old asshole consulting Cappy sphere of influence, your comments would be very much appreciated below. So if there's any of you that have an expertise or knowledge on this matter, certainly go beyond what my knowledge and my thought process goes to give this young client. Hello, Aaron. I'm a 20-year-old Chinese male currently living in the U.S. as an F1 international student. I came into this country in July of 2000 as an F2 dependent of my father, who has been an F1 student, majoring in economics since 1998. And that is correct. I had to reread that. 1998. For the past 18 years, he is still an F1, while my mother, who is an F2, works as a waitress getting paid under the table in order to pay for living expenses and my father's enormous tuition. Your dad's a douche. He has not started looking for a job to eventually get an H-1B to obtain a green card. His justification for staying in school this whole time is that without a doctorate, he would not find stable employment. Dude, 98, that's 18 years to get a doctorate. Your dad's lying. Your dad's a piece of shit. No offense. And I don't care what his excuse is. Even if he isn't lying, then he's pathetic and he's completely unreliable. And you can't rely on him anymore. 18 years to get a fucking doctorate. Right here, pal. Right here. With a family on top of it. God. He will not find stable employment, and we would have to go back to China if he does not have, some sort of legal, some sort of legal status, because my dad has seemingly been a lazy ass. My mom has been getting impatient, do you think? And sometimes complains and threatens to divorce. She should. However, she is an F2, so a divorce in the U.S. is not feasible. My dad keeps promising that he will eventually find employment and get a green card once he gets his doctorate. So he's held you two captive for cumulatively 40 years of your lives. Almost 40 years of your lives, until this fuckknob gets his fucking doctorate. As a result of him not getting a green card status and not sponsoring me and my mom, I'm still technically an international student, which puts me at a number of disadvantages, such as I cannot legally work outside of OPT. I looked at that. Opportunity Summit's qualified work you can if you're not citizen technically. I cannot join the military and receive its benefits. I cannot buy firearms to protect myself, as you advised in another video, and I do not get any Social Security or benefits. Yeah, dude, you are fucked. See, this is what pisses me off, because he goes on into this, but you're exactly the type of people we want in the United States. And a hardworking engineer, you're fluent, obviously, in English, you love the United States, and it ain't your fucking fault that your parents fucked up this badly. But you're fucked, man. You are so fucked by the rules. It just pisses. And then some fucking dipshit from Mexico who doesn't speak a damn lick of English comes over, and I mean, don't get me started. Anyway, therefore, I cannot rely on my father in order to obtain a green card, and now it's all up to me to get my own H-1B. Good man. I'm majoring in actuarial sciences and have been studying for the actuarial exams while also learning programming languages on the side. Good. The actuarial program will that'll help you get an HB1 visa. That's kind of your only shot right now, is to get one of those in-demand degrees, get that H1B visa, and then your programming languages will kind of allow you to do what your mother does, and that is work under the table. Because you can get a PayPal account and people will pay you, and your clients can be from wherever because you're programming. So that kind of breaks the chain, which would allow you to live in the country still, even though you wouldn't be a citizen, but unfortunately not as employee. You're going to have to go the self-employment route, which in the long run may actually be better for you, truthfully. But still, boy, if you can't get a career, it's hard, man. That is such a fucking uphill battle. But I like your plan. I do like your plan. I've been looking for some connections and internships for the summer. I plan to graduate December of this year and apply for OPT sometime soon. So I have some questions for you. What are the chances of me finding a job in my field within this year to mid-27, given I get a kick-ass major? Mid-27, I have no idea, dude. I don't know. I mean, it's lower than if you were a citizen, obviously, but it's going to be directly related to the in-demandness or the demand for your degree. It sounds like you're going to graduate here in December, so it's kind of like you're down that path. You'd hate to go back to school for something. I do hope that the actuarial degree lands you a job, but I can't guarantee you. I don't know what your chances are. There's no way I could tell. It's not as good as someone who was here legally, or not legally, but who doesn't need a HB1 or H1B. Sorry, but it's still good because you gotta rely on those lazy white kids from the suburbs who don't want to major in important shit, and you gotta rely on our Latinos who don't want to speak English. And you got to rely on the black people who don't, oh, fuck it, I don't have to do anything, all right? And look, that's going to get me in trouble. I don't care. And I am stereotyping and generalizing a lot. But, yeah, you got to rely. Look, the H-1Bs, the reason it exists is because our population is lazy. So that's what you got going for you. That's what the Asians have going for you. Everybody else, pretty much every other race, is too damn lazy to work as hard as the Asians do. So, and this is true. And if you different race people don't like it, go fuck yourself, because it's true. I don't care. So that's your thing. Now let's go to the next page. Am I currently on the right path? You're on as much as a right path as you can be. The only thing I would say is a lot of times they say, you can't join the military. Have you talked to a recruiter? I know we give people who don't speak English and aren't citizens the right to join the or not the right, but the opportunity to join the U.S. military. And you get citizenship on top of it. I would go talk to a recruiter, explain your situation exactly right here. Say, look, what do I do? I'm in a limbo, and rules are meant to be broken. Like when I worked over at campus security, you can't do it because I think I had like a speeding ticket or something. Really? And I went in, and there's stories of this throughout U.S. military history of some kid who's 16 lies on his application saying he's 18, and he gets in, and then they find out, and then becomes like a famous like fighter pilot hero. So I would go to talk to your local recruiter, see what they say. You know what? If they say we can't do it, guess what? Go find the next local recruiter. And then try the naval recruiter. Then try the Army recruiter. Keep trying. And somebody's going to have the ability to pull some strings and maybe fudge the paperwork. Or they'll know somebody high up enough who will be able to authorize your application. So I wouldn't throw that one out. And that may just be a direct, quick, and great opportunity. Great opportunity. And that's why I asked if you spoke Mandarin and Cantonese, or Cantonese rather, because having somebody who's fluent in that would certainly, there's room for people in the espionage and the military intelligence fields that would like to have your language skills if you have those. So I would keep banging on some doors and don't let them, well, we can't, but see if you can't find something. And then if it gets a little desperate, look, is there any way, then all right, because play to the emotional appeal, and maybe you get in. Is my case unusual? How many F1 students are like me, grew up in America, but still technically an international? I don't know. I have no idea. This is where I want to send you the email. This is where you'll have to talk to an immigrant lawyer. But I wouldn't waste your time and money worrying about how many other people are like you. You can maybe go online and try and find F1 international students, international residents, see if there's like support groups, and this is where hopefully this video will help out. Some people will be able to provide it, but I don't know, I've never studied it. So it may, not for this, but it may be worth talking to an immigration lawyer, $100 or whatever, to get some ideas beyond what I have here. How are the justifications of my father? Is his decision outright wrong because he's lazy, or is it justified because he wants me and my mom to be able to keep living in this country risk-free? Well, you're not living in the country risk-free. You're like these poor kids that were anchor babies, and then they get all pissed off when we break up and deport their parents. Oh, dear, your dad fucked up. And look, I can understand your dad wanting to come here, but he's a lazy fuck not getting a goddamn doctorate in 18 years. That's just inexcusable. I don't care what his excuses are. There is no excuse. And there are no justifications. So the answer is no, there is no justification. And now you're doing what inevitably is going to have to do because your dad's not reliable. You're going to have to go and you're going to have to do it on your own. So your dad got you here. I'd love to get into his mind and see what he was thinking, what his fucking game plan was. But I think he's like, get out of China was about it, which fine and noble, but you're a father. You're a husband. You have responsibilities. And sit with my dick in my hand over at academia for damn well near 2 decades. Fuck you. I have no patience for that. None. But again, I'm a hard ass because life is hard. In the spirit of enjoying the decline, if the Democrat Party wins the presidential election this fall and the new immigration policies get passed, will it improve my chances of obtaining an H-1B green card at all? I can't say, but I think it will, But keep in mind, they're not interested in you because if the Democrats won. They're not interested in Asians because Asians work hard and vote Republican, typically. They're interested in third world, second world immigrants who live on welfare, want to go on the government dole, hate Republicans, and would become future Democrat voters. So there's not going to be a political incentive to look too much at you, but if they're going to loosen up any of these immigration requirements at all, it's not going to hurt your chances, let's just say at minimum. It's certainly not going to hurt. Other advice relevant to this situation. Go online, see if you can find some support groups. Talk to an immigration lawyer. Just an introductory lawyer conversation with them. You don't have to have 5 hours, but like a 30-minute conversation. It would definitely be worth it. Check the comments section below here. Hopefully some people report in because this is beyond my expertise. I don't deal with immigration law. But go out there and somebody else. Like, we got one of the coolest clients I ever had, man. I won't mention where. He was in a situation similar to you. He was from a Latin American country. Wanted to stay in the... And he grew up here. You know, he came over when he was 3. He doesn't remember his home country. He's an American. But his parents fucked up, and he's not a citizen. And what he did is he ended up going to a state where you could get legally married. He had an arrangement with his buddy. He got married to his buddy, gay marriage. Total sham of a marriage. And he got residency. I don't know if he went through with the plan, I should say. But that was his plan. I said, that's fucking genius. So if you got a buddy who's like your best friend that you can trust forever, and like you guys get married, just go through the fucking court documents. Fine, you're fucking married. So what? To a gig, it doesn't matter. It's on paper. You go in, get it done. You get your residency. That might be the silver bullet that saves your ass until they get wise and hip to this thing. Then you get the divorce. You know, you find a girl that you love and all. Okay, then you get divorced. Then you get annulled. It may be kind of a pain in the ass, but it's going to be less of a pain in the ass than the fucking going the regular route. So I think that's definitely something to consider. Even though you explain how the U.S. is going to collapse in your books and videos, I would still like to eventually become a citizen because I was raised in China. Is infinitely worse. Too many men, heavy pollution, heavy population, too crowded, socialist environment, etc. I guess it wasn't a question. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't want to live in China either, but I'm just saying don't expect this to go back to the 1940s and the 1950s where we were like, you know, fucking pristine. And economic growth is like 4.5%. Take care. I won't mention your name because I don't want out there. But yeah, I'm sorry for you, dude. Really, I am, because America was made for people like you, not the fucktards we have coming in now to support the Democrat Party. And I apologize that your dad fucked up, but man, those are the cards you were dealt. So, think smart. Try that marrying your buddy. Try doing that. And talk to an immigration lawyer. Find some support online. Go talk to a recruiter at the military. If you want to join the military, do that first. Don't do this fucking hanky-panky getting married to your buddy first. That's like your trump card up your sleeve, okay? Talk to the military if you want to join the military. See if you can't get in that way. I think that would be a good idea. Because you could see if all of a sudden you tried to apply and you were gay, there might be some political issues there. So try that. If that door is absolutely shut to you, then lawyer, But I would then say, yeah, I got to get married to my friend Bill. And hey, Bill, how you doing? You want to get married? And then you fucking owe Bill, man. You fucking owe Bill. You owe him a lot. You at least owe him like an annual bottle of booze or something. So anyway, I'm sorry for you, man. Best of luck to you out there, kid. Hopefully the H-1B visa comes through, and hopefully you get a career. And hopefully you become an American. So we'd love to have you. But God, it just pisses me off, man. It's just another reason to vote Republican. It really is. Best of luck to you. Toodles.